hey there, look, this doesn't look like our regular matinee show.
Right. We're going to do a little bit different this time.
Yeah, now, in case you didn't, I posted on Facebook, and I posted on our blog, and on the Patreon page for the public, and everything like that. But what we decided to do, because we have some situations, I mean, we still have the A-list program, and we're still going to go to the theater and see stuff when stuff is playing. But we had a situation this week where nothing new came out.
Except Lion King, and I'm like, man, I do not want to see Lion King. I don't give a shit about Lion King.
Well, and not only that happening...
And people are not saying good things about it anyway.
Not only that happening, but also my car went tits up, meaning that every time we want to go someplace, now we have to borrow someone else's car, which is kind of a pain in the ass.
Yeah, I got motorcycles, but I sold my car off.
Yeah,
for a motorcycle, and here's the deal is that Jenny's the AC compressor went out.
Yeah.
Okay. And the AC compressors, which means, man, I'm going to have to get in there. The compressor itself's about 200, but cleaning out all that all the lines, it's got, it's rough to do that from home because you got to get that whole system clean. Then you got to install that compressor and make sure the clutch is running right. And then chances are it's going to burn out in a couple of years anyway. And then we're investing in a car that has over 180,000 miles on it.
Yeah,
it's time for a new car. So
my car's a 2004, you guys.
Yeah. So
I'm not living the high life over here.
So my credit's good. I'm just going to buy another car, and over the next couple months, I was going to save up for a decent sized down payment.
Yeah, I mean, we have
buy a car, and Jenny split it with me.
Yeah, we have a relative who's loaned
us a car,
whose car we can borrow if we need to.
Right.
But like I said, if there's nothing new playing at the theater, we don't necessarily want to have to see stuff twice just to get 3 movies. And like I said, now that it's a bigger pain in the ass because we don't have ready access to a car. And I got the idea. It's like, well, a bunch of new movies don't even play in the theaters. They either bypass the theater or just make the festival circuit.
There's so much good Netflix shit anyway.
And either they come straight out to VOD, like Netflix picks them up,
Xbox got a lot of good stuff.
Or we can rent them from Xbox, or what I said we could do is if we need to fill out stuff from the theater, it's like we'll just pick my only limitation being that it had to have come out this year, like the current year. So these are all movies from 2019, and I will specify where you can see them, on what streaming service you can see them. Most of them can also be rented through your Xbox, Amazon Prime, all that kind of stuff.
Funny thing is that we actually decided to do that AMC thing so we could get out of the house because we really don't ever really have to leave the house.
Yeah.
I mean, we work from home.
Yeah, this is my work.
Yeah,
this is my office.
We work from home, and we order everything pretty much we buy. We have to go grocery shopping maybe once a month, and we were going to the club once a month. So
yeah,
really, we didn't need the car.
Yeah,
that much. But we're going to get a car because we do have to go to the club.
Yeah,
shop and stuff like that. So
yeah, it is a pain not having one.
Yeah, I want to get one of them fucking Cadillacs.
I know you do.
I don't want to get an old man car. I fucking hit 50, man. I deserve a damn Cadillac. We'll see.
My grandpa said the same thing.
Yeah, man. I'll give you a fucking big old American Cadillac.
Of course, when he was buying Cadillacs, they were as big as a fucking land.
Yeah, the new ones now are awesome. They're awesome.
Okay.
I'd probably get one that's a couple years old.
Yeah. Well, I can't afford a new car.
Yeah.
Especially not a new Cadillac, for Christ's sake.
Yeah.
So, like I said, what we decided to do was we're just going to go through and find movies that came out on Netflix or that are to rent on Amazon Prime or Xbox or that came out exclusive to Shudder. But as long as they came out this year, they are fair game. And I thought this would be kind of cool because maybe we can, turn people on to some movies that, we thought were good that maybe you wouldn't have thought of watching or that kind of went under the radar or something like that. So pretty much all of the movies this week are going to be that. So we're going to be doing them all from home. So the first one we are going to be talking about is a little 2019 film that is on Netflix currently called Rim of the World.
I was pleasantly surprised by this one.
I was also. I had, scoured through a couple of lists, looking at, what's some good horror and sci-fi that came out this year, whether in the theater, whether right to VOD or whatever. And this came up on a couple of lists, and I noticed that it was on Netflix, so we decided to watch it last evening, and it was super fucking fun.
Yeah.
I thought it was a blast.
Yeah.
I mean, you can tell...
Did this get a theatrical release?
I do not believe that it did.
All right, okay.
It was directed by McG, who is actually, he's a music producer and stuff like that. He also did the Charlie's Angels movie, the one with Drew Barrymore. Maybe all of them, but I'm pretty sure he just did the first one. But he wanted to...
I didn't see that one.
Yeah, I don't think that this actually ever got a theatrical release. Fun fact, though, this movie was actually, the week that it came out on Netflix, it was the highest watched movie in the UK. It was their number one.
If this got a theatrical release, it probably would have done pretty well if it had decent hype.
I kind of feel like, too. I mean, especially because...
He nailed a lot of tone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, this is definitely what this is. It's basically a sci-fi comedy adventure. Very much in the line of, your 80s kind of like kids action adventure sci-fi alien
Kids
type
save
movies.
the world.
Type of thing, yeah. And there's like a lot of like really direct homages. It's rather like Stranger Things in that regard, except like maybe a little more over the top.
Straight out of Jurassic Park.
Oh yeah, there's one sequence that's exactly like Jurassic
Park. Straight out of Independence Day.
E.T. Predator, The Goonies, The Thing.
Yeah,
Gladiator.
Yeah.
The Breakfast Club, they made a very funny...
Yeah, and the overall tone is basically Spielberg.
It is very Spielbergian, yeah.
It's good. I liked it.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it. It was kind of like one of those comforting movies that kind of, even though it's not old, it kind of has a nostalgic feel to it.
Yeah, even like it even has like that big epic like orchestral score like the Spielberg movies used to have, and it kind of has that tone. Like I said, it's a
super likable characters.
Yeah,
really good humor, like old school humor, like you don't really see because. Good humor is actually kind of inappropriate right now if you want to listen to some of these Hollywood, media types. Oh, that's terrible. So it's plenty of politically incorrect humor that's still fucking funny. I
have to say my favorite joke in it was a joke about Werner Herzog's Grizzly Man.
Yeah.
I was not expecting that, and it just like cracked me the hell up.
Yeah.
But basically what this movie is about, and like I said, these movies are new, and this is on Netflix. If you want to watch it, you still can. So I'm not going to spoil anything. But I will give you just a very, bare minimum, what the plot's about. Yeah. This is basically about 4 kids. They're about 13 years old. And they're kind of all different social types. Like I said, there was kind of like a very blatant, Breakfast Club shout out. Mm-hmm. And, there's a Chinese girl named Zhen, who's kind of mysterious. Like she doesn't talk for a long time.
Dressed like a punk rocker though.
And dresses kind of like a punk rocker, in a Boy Scout uniform. She's super badass. There's a kid named Alex who's like a redheaded freckled ginger kid who's super afraid of everything and is real nerdy and science nerdy.
Yeah, this element of it kind of reminded me of, remember it was called A Christmas Story?
Maybe the one where you'll shoot your eye out and the
all the kids. There's a lot of that kind of tone between this cast, but you could also probably say Goonies too.
Well, I got a Goonies vibe out of it, sure.
Yeah.
But and especially the whole all these diverse kids banding together to literally save the world in this case. Yeah. Then there's also kind of a chubby black kid named Darius who actually comes from a super super wealthy family. It's not his dad's didn't they say he owned a car dealership or something? I don't remember what it was, but he lived in this big mansion and he had an Indian manservant or something that. There was all that kind of, and then there was this kind of mysterious, slightly older kid that they meet later on, and you don't really know what his deal is until later.
Yeah.
And basically, they're all out at this camp called the Rim of the World in California, and they all kind of get separated from the rest of the group. And while they're separated, there is a huge alien attack.
Yeah, start off with EMPs.
Yeah.
Aerial fights between F-35s and, Raptors and spaceships and very Independence Day kind of situation going on. But funnier. The tone is spot on, actually.
I thought it was hilarious.
And then it becomes kind of like Predator and The Thing and Friday the 13th all at the same time because they're running from a damn alien monster inside of a camp. So it's kind of like the setting is kind of
like a slasher movie.
Like Friday the 13th kind of, but there's humor, and it's just funny. It's good.
Yeah, like I said, I really liked it very much. And the kids, like I said, it's basically just an adventure movie. It's the aliens attack, all the adults get some of them get killed, some of them get
vanished,
vanished or taken away and whatever. So these kids they are basically have to get to the Jet Propulsion Laboratory and deliver this thing that's supposedly going to stop the whole alien invasion.
So then it becomes like a survival movie, and it's partially a damn Fast and Furious movie mixed with Mad Max. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean, I said...
They get a Mach 3 Mustang, and damn alien jumps on top of it. The Chinese girl's driving it. She's like maybe 11. When you say she's probably about 11.
I think they're supposed to be around 13, but some of them might be older or younger. Okay. But they're like tweens.
Yeah, okay.
Essentially.
Okay, so she's older than I thought she was. But,
yeah.
You know, it was good, man, you know. Good music,
it was
good action.
Yeah, super, super fun. Like I said, if you like kind of throwback 80s homage movies, you know, if you like Stranger Things, if you liked, you know, The Goonies, if Jurassic Park and stuff like that, it's very much in that vein.
Yeah, I could tell that this movie was probably made on the back of the success of that first and second season of Stranger Things.
Oh yeah, right? definitely, because they knew that there was like, you know, a big audience for this, particularly on Netflix.
Yeah, if you like Stranger Things, you'll love this.
Yeah, I feel like you will. Like I said, it's more over the top. There's a lot more. It's a lot funnier. Like it's a lot broader than Stranger Things, but it's in a similar vein.
Yeah, and it's only a movie. It's maybe 2 hours long, so it's all very self-contained and compact.
Yeah.
Story. You know what I mean? It's not a whole series like Stranger Things. So it gets the job done over with pretty quick. You know? I mean, it tells a story and that's it.
Can I say
it ends up kind of being like, reminded me a lot of Independence Day when they were finally beating the aliens in a way, and the government and the military were involved in a lot of control rooms, and kind of reminded me of that.
Can I say I also loved the sequence where it had that really, really like. A lot of 80s movies had that with that really bright, it was like nighttime, like that bright neon lighting. It was like bright pink and like bright blue and bright green. And it's like, it looked really cool. There was like a whole like nighttime sequence that...
throwback colors.
Yeah, so it was really cool. So like I said, if you like that kind of 80s throwback, like action, sci-fi, adventure, kids comedy, like none of the kids are annoying. All the kids were super likable. You will probably love this. It's on Netflix. I don't think it's anywhere else. I'm sure you maybe can rent it and stuff like that.
It'll give a Hollywood blockbuster a run for its money.
Yeah, like I said, I thought it was super fun. I laughed my ass off through the whole thing, and I was totally invested in the characters. I'm like, go kids, go! You know what I mean? And I don't
CG special effects were great. Acting was good. Everything about the movie was top notch.
Yeah, so
great movie.
Definitely recommended. All right, so the second movie we're going to talk about on our matinee show was the 2019 film I Am Mother.
I liked it.
I did as well. Now, this actually premiered at the Sundance Film Festival in January of this year, and it actually came out on Netflix in June. Now, this one, it did get or is getting a theatrical release, but only in Australia. It's starting on July 18th. Why it's not getting a theatrical release here, I don't really know.
Movie was spot on, man. I liked it.
It was very, very good. And this was actually the director of this, and I'm not sure how to pronounce his last name, but his name is Grant Sputori, something like that. This is actually his first film.
Damn.
This is,
Damn, you did that one right.
I know. This is also a sci-fi movie, but in a much more serious tone.
Yeah, kind of believable. Yeah.
This actually kind of reminded me a lot of Moon with Sam Rockwell, which I loved.
Yeah.
Has a kind of a similar premise to 10 Cloverfield Lane. If you saw that with the whole bunker thing and like telling somebody that they can't go out and stuff. So it has kind of a similar thing to that.
Oh, yeah, you can play Fallout. It's happening in a bunker, kind of like a Fallout type bunker, but it's AI. It's run by a damn robot.
Yeah.
And it's got a seed bank of all these unborn children in it. And it brought to life one girl and is raising it as her daughter. This robot is.
Yeah.
And it's badass. I mean, the movie looks really good.
Yeah, it is a beautiful, beautiful movie.
It looks real. The robot looks real. Everything in it looks real. It had a vibe kind of like, in some ways, kind of like 2001: A Space Odyssey with Hal running the damn.
Yeah.
With kind of like Hal, but it's female. And it kind of looks like the Terminator with Terminator type robots and a Terminator type situation, an end of the world and a downfall of mankind type deal. Eventually she does get out. You don't know what's going on. You don't know if it's a Mad Max world out there. Is it poison? Because it's supposed to be like a lethal bioweapon type problem or a plague out there. But as the story unfolds, you find out there's a lot more to this that it first meets the eye. The acting was really good. Special effects super good.
Yeah, it's like it's super good. Yeah, I mean Hilary Swank was in this.
Yeah.
The girl that's in it, like I said, now the robot mother, that's actually a person in there. That's a male stunt performer, and then it's an actress, Rose Byrne, who does the voice.
Yeah.
And like you said, the girl that's in it, I think her name is Clara Rugard. And she is raised, she's never given a name, she's just called Daughter.
Yeah.
And she is raised from an embryo by this robot, like an AI robot, in this bunker. Now, for her entire life, you see her kind of, as a baby for a few minutes, and then like as a toddler, and like you kind of see a little bit of the bonding.
Yeah, now, are there going to be spoilers coming up in the
No, I'm not spoiling anything. Okay. I'm just giving like a rough layout of it. If you haven't seen
this damn movie, you should go see it before, because we don't want to spoil anything.
Yeah.
This is a good movie.
But the best thing about the movie is that the whole thing, it's like it pretty much, almost the entire thing takes place in one location, and it's just two characters most of the time.
Yeah.
But the thing about it, it's like it keeps you on the edge of your seat the whole time because you're not entirely sure, and especially like when someone else like comes into the mix, you're not sure entirely who to trust. Mm-hmm. Like, who's telling the truth, who's lying, what's really going on outside.
Yeah, the daughter starts to suspect that the robot lies.
Yeah.
That it's lying about the situation outside, and it's lying about what its plans are for all these embryos, and it takes a while for it to all kind of unfold.
And I have to say, I didn't really see where it was going. Like, I think I kind of like thought it was going to go a different way.
Yeah.
So I'm actually glad that it sort of surprised me, because I thought, oh, maybe this, that, and the other thing, but that's not how it turned out.
You're right.
But so I would definitely recommend this movie, especially if you liked Moon. If you liked any, it's it's kind of like Alien, like I said, kind of like 10 Cloverfield Lane, similar type of thing.
The look of the movie's spot on. The look of the movie is kind of like Aliens 2,
Yeah.
And something out of one of the Terminator movies.
Yeah.
It kind of looks like you're in the middle of like the Cyberdyne Corporation or something, where they make the Terminator robots. There's more to it. You'll see what I'm talking about as the movie unfolds. I don't want to spoil anything.
Yeah, and like I said, this is definitely one where, I mean, the last movie we talked about, Rim of the World, it's like, that's not such a huge deal if you spoil stuff, because it's just like
it's a comedy.
It's a comedy, it's an adventure movie.
Right.
But this one, so much of what makes the movie good is not only the acting performances, but also like the fact that you never know entirely sure what's going on, so you always have to pay attention and see what's going to happen, who's telling the truth and who's not.
Certain things aren't really given to you; it's just kind of implied.
Yeah, exactly.
Especially how it ends.
Yeah.
You just got to see it for yourself. I don't want to spoil.
I have a theory about the ending, but I'm not. Of course, I'm not going to tell anybody what it is. So if anybody's seen it and want to say in the comments, just put spoiler on it, and we'll talk about it.
It doesn't really have a downer ending. I mean, it's just it's the ending makes sense once it's over.
Yeah.
You just find out what the installation is for. I can't spoil it.
Yeah.
That's all I can say about
I want to say too that this movie has actually been, because I guess the screenplay has been floating around for a few years. And in 2016, it was on, the very famous screenplay Blacklist, which is, they put out a list every year of the most liked screenplays, by screenwriters, by Hollywood producers, by whoever. So this has been going around for a long time, and a lot of studios wanted it. So they eventually got around to making it. Yeah, so it's been on the Blacklist for 3 years, and they finally got around to making it. Like I said, this is getting a theatrical release in Australia, but here we're getting it on Netflix.
This movie could have almost been a Kubrick flick, and that's
It did have kind of a Kubrickian.
Yeah, if Kubrick had a sci-fi fun side to, well, I won't call it fun, but
yeah, it's not.
It was not fun.
Not
it's
a fun movie, really. It's not a downer.
Imagine if Kubrick wanted to kind of make something out of Aliens and Prometheus, and maybe something kind of like what was that Tom Cruise flick that I kind of compared Elysium? Is that what it's called?
Or Oblivion.
Oblivion.
Yeah.
Oblivion.
It is kind of.
I love the movie Oblivion. Okay.
Yeah,
I like
it's similar to that too. The similar tone.
Yeah, kind of like Oblivion.
Or like Sunshine, the Danny Boyle movie, or Solaris. It has a little bit of that going on in it too.
It is. I really respect the movie. I think it's very good.
I really did. I thought it was very good.
I guess you could say it kind of had Kubrickian attention to detail and a little bit of depth to it.
Yeah.
I felt. You know what I mean? That's like something Kubrick would have been interested in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, apparently we're not the only one saying that, because I actually checked what its Rotten Tomatoes score was. 91% positive reviews. So pretty much across the board. So I definitely recommend this movie. It's like really good, and I was just like riveted the whole entire time, like to see what was going on with these
the mother robot kind of reminded me of the HAL 9000, and maybe that's why I'm kind of saying it's kind of
like I said, it gave me so much of like a Moon type of vibe, where Sam Rockwell is like at this moon base by himself and all this other kind of stuff. So
it's not that situation though.
No, it's not like that, but it gave me that sort of like feeling,
right? Like something wasn't quite right with the situation, and you find out,
but you don't know exactly what, and you have to like keep paying attention.
You find
out what it is. But so this is definitely a good movie. Definitely, if you love sci-fi, go and check it out. You will.
Yeah, I'm gonna put this up there with Prometheus and Aliens and shit. Yeah, that Tom Cruise movie that I just forgot, Oblivion. It's like that. Like that.
Yeah, if you're a sci-fi
2001.
If you're a sci-fi fan, definitely check it out. It was really, really worth the time. All right, the third one we saw this week was The Perfection.
Yeah, it's an alright movie.
This was actually a Netflix movie. I believe that it premiered, technically it's not a 2019 movie because I believe it premiered at Fantastic Fest in late 2018, but Netflix didn't get it until late May of 2019. Now, I had seen that there was like a huge amount of like buzz about this movie, like when it first like hit Netflix back in May, but I didn't watch it at the time because there was like other stuff that I was watching, like other series and stuff, and I didn't really get around to it. And I managed to avoid any spoilers or even like what the movie was really about, which I think enhanced my enjoyment of it, because this is one of those movies where I think it's better if you don't really know anything about it going in.
Yeah, kind of, but I didn't really know anything about it going in. I thought the beginning was kind of boring. I'm like, what's this about?
Because you weren't sure where it was going.
Yeah, I'm like, come on. You know what I mean? Get to it. But it didn't take long. It was maybe only 15 minutes.
Yeah, you were kind of drunk and crabby.
Yeah, that too. And then, but the plot started to thicken as soon as they were on the bus.
Yeah.
Going through China.
Yeah.
And she started vomiting up all those worms. And then there's worms were underneath her skin. And I was going like, what the hell? What is happening? And then one thing leads to another, and you find out more, and it's weird. Something will happen, and it's not really well explained, but then it backs up, and it backs up like a damn videotape to show you something else that had happened.
Yeah, like
before that you didn't know.
That recontextualizes everything that you've seen, and
Which is a great way of doing a flashback, because a lot of times when these sons of bitches do a flashback, I'm like, huh? What happened? I'm too dumb to follow the flashback. But if you play it in reverse,
you're like, I get it.
Oh, okay, they're going back in time. Okay, good.
You have to have that.
Yeah. Right back the tape up. So
let's see that again from a different perspective. Right,
because they try to get too fancy. They're trying to get too fancy on me. I'm too monkeyish. You can't get fancy on a monkey. I'm like, what the fuck happened?
Who are these people now? Why is everyone younger?
What are they saying? Just.
Yes, he's exactly
like this old man. What? Huh? What's going on?
He does that in the movie theater sometimes too, and I'm like, shut up, I'll tell you later.
What are they saying?
Who's this? Am I supposed to know who that is?
Yeah.
He's going exactly like
us traditional folks aren't really down with that kind of storytelling.
He doesn't know how to.
I don't like that shit jumping around.
He doesn't know how to pick up like context clues and stuff like that.
Fuck no. I like there to be a beginning, a middle, and an end, and it kind of unfolds like a tale.
You know what I mean?
Like a story.
It's kind of weird because I know this is going to sound like a little bit off the wall, but the structure of this reminded me a little bit of that of the movie about the assassin we just saw the other day that was directed by Luc Besson, the Anna one, where it would go like ahead and then it'd go like 3 months ago and stuff like that. But this one only does it a couple of times, and I have to say the cool thing about this, and like I said, the only thing I knew about this going in, I didn't watch a trailer. I watched like part of a trailer, but that's about it. Was that it was like about two cellists and it was like a rivalry, and that's how they set it up, because Netflix didn't want you knowing where this was going. Now I think like it was directed by Richard Shepard, And he's done like a shit ton of like movies and TV. Like he did The Matador. He did like a bunch of episodes of Girls and stuff.
Yeah.
But I was like the most excited when I looked at his IMDb page to discover that he had directed the 1991 movie, The Linguini Incident. And I love that fucking movie. And I feel like a lot of people haven't seen it, even though fucking David Bowie and Rosanna Arquette were in it. It was hilarious and wonderful.
Did that one jump around too?
No, that one was that. It was very, very different.
The first movie I ever came across that jumped around and I kind of tolerated it was made by dude I went to Dominguez Elementary School with.
Quentin Tarantino.
Yeah, Quentin.
Pulp Fiction.
Yeah, Pulp Fiction. Pulp Fiction jumped around. I gotta find Quentin's fucking third grade picture. I got a picture of fucking me and Quentin in third grade. It's in there somewhere.
Yeah, we'll have to.
But I don't like his movies mostly.
Yeah.
But some of the newer ones that he's done that I saw, I liked. I liked Pulp Fiction. I liked Reservoir Dogs.
Those were his old ones.
Yeah, you could tell that those were, that you could tell Reservoir Dogs was a play, really, made into a movie, if you ask me. But the Kill Bill stuff, and I wasn't really into it. But that one jumped around. But the way he did it, it made it obvious that it was jumping around.
Yeah.
I don't know how. But he did a good job.
Well, because you could tell that things were happening from like a different person's
perspective.
perspective.
They were wearing different clothes and stuff was going. Things happened from. So I thought he was pretty cool with that.
But like I said, what this one does, it's like it does it a couple of times, and like I said, it goes
annoying.
in like. Apparently, the guy. This is actually more structured like a Korean horror thriller, which is what I would call this. This is a horror thriller. And in particular, he really liked the 2016 Korean revenge thriller, The Handmaiden, and he wanted to make something like that. So that's kind of where they're going. So it has this structure where it's like, it's a build-up, and all this stuff happens, and then it kind of goes in like a body horror kind of direction, and then you're like, what the fuck is going on? And then it like backs up, and it's like, this is what happened, and it recontextualizes everything. And then the second half does that too. Like, it kind of goes on and goes on and goes on, and you think it's going one way, but then it backs up and goes, no, this was really happening behind the scenes and stuff, so it recontextualizes everything again. So, like I said, I think it's kind of better if you just kind of like watch it without, like, just kind of let it take you on a journey. You know what I mean? Because like some kind of fucked up shit happens in this movie. I have to say, like, the two actresses in it were really good. It's like, I didn't find this quite as compelling as I Am Mother, the sci-fi movie, which was probably my favorite one of all the three that we watched this week.
Yeah.
But I liked that this one was like so twisty, and I just had no fucking idea what was happening.
It comes out of nowhere. It's a pretty good movie. When it started off, I just thought, man, what kind of chick flick is this? There were a lot of chicks in it, good looking ones too. But it has a lot of female appeal, but a guy can appreciate it.
Yeah, it's if you're patient and you see where it's going, right? You have to see where it's going.
Even though they're victimizing dudes. I mean, the dudes are guilty though.
Well, they deserve it.
They're guilty.
Also, Steven Weber is in this.
It's a revenge flick, almost kind of like I Spit on Your Grave.
I was gonna say it's like I would say it kind of goes in a rape revenge kind of direction.
rape revenge.
Which now that you mention it, I had forgotten all about this, and we watched this before we started like doing Netflix movies on our show, and this probably came out in a few years ago anyway, 2016, 2017. There is a great movie. I don't think it's on Netflix. I think it's on Shudder, but it's just called Revenge, and it's also it's like a modern rape revenge movie. I think it's 2016 or something. I would also recommend that one. That was like really, really good. So if you like that genre, that subgenre, and you haven't seen it, I heard that Cold Hell was also good too, but I haven't seen that one yet. I think that's also on Shudder. But yeah, if you like that kind of flick, like I said, and this definitely has some grody, like, body horror elements, has some good gore, like, though not until the end, and some kind of fucked up shit happens, like I said, but I kind of dug it. Like I said, it wasn't my favorite movie of the week. That would have been I Am Mother.
It was a good movie.
But it was a good movie, and like I said, it took you on a journey, but you had to be willing to take that journey with it, because, like I said, it was structured very much like a Korean, like, crime thriller type of thing, or like a horror thriller that, kind of jumped around and, just had that kind of thing going on. So,
as a man, you're gonna be going for the first 10 minutes like, where the fuck is this shit going?
Why are all these
They're
girls in this movie?
But they're going to show you some naked
I don't
women.
like girls.
They can show you some naked lesbian action. That'll kind of tie you over a little bit. You're like, okay.
Yeah, okay. I can go along with this.
Go more longer with this. We'll see how this is going. And then you go, wait a minute, what? and then you go, oh, fuck, the worms. She found worms. What happened? So it was worth watching. It wasn't as good as the robot movie.
Yeah.
I Am Mother. Wasn't that good.
Yeah.
And I still think I like Edge of the World better.
Rim of the World.
Rim of the World.
Yeah.
Rim of the World. Rim in the World.
That's what I thought too. Isn't
That's
that
like
funny?
a porno fucking movie.
I'm sure. Well,
starring Belladonna, rimming the world.
That's the porno version.
Yeah, rimming the world.
I don't want to rim the whole world.
Damn.
That's gonna take forever.
Just think of who's in the whole world.
That's what I mean.
You don't want to do that shit.
I can think of like at least 10 people right now that I would not even want to get that close to. Much less get close to their butt.
Damn. Yeah. Man, this is a video review. This is a movie review.
Sorry.
Talking about ass. Well, I guess I brought it up.
Yeah, you did. Like I said, it's like he always
taking that shit. Okay.
He does that. Like he goes off in that kind of direction,
and then along with me,
and then he like yells at me about it, like I did it. And I'm like, what, man? I'm just taking your shit and running with it. That's all I'm doing. You started it. But yeah, so this is on Netflix right now. I'm sure it'll be on there for quite a while because, like I said, there was a lot of buzz about it on social media, and it's only been on there since the end of May. So go check it out if you like that kind of thing.